Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors.
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, with tire programs for tire dealers.
Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Gary Risponi.
I'm Don Dubuque.
What edition is this, Don? What are we going to call this edition?
This is the mid-fall segment edition.
Mid-fall.
Mid-fall. We got a lot going on.
Some fish. Say goodbye to snapper. Hello to bow season and everything else, and tuna coming on. So
I'm all for it.
Well, Don, you know we got two little segments on bass fishing. Some of them might call this a bass fishing edition of Paradise, Louisiana. Also, I made a trip to the Grand Isle Ladies Rodeo at Bridgeside Marina, and I'm going to tell you what, largest crowd ever.
Now, I heard a rumor that you were trying to sneak in the category in drag. Is there any truth to that?
You know, I thought about it, and I wore my pink and everything, but I had the bosoms already, but I couldn't find a good wig.
Well, thank you for restraining.
I got pretty hair.
We appreciate your restraint on that number.
Okay. Like I said, the Grand Isle Ladies Rodeo was a tremendous success. Again, the weather was a little choppy Friday, but it turned out beautiful, and participation is unbelievable. But the last night, Saturday, the crowd was so big, it just looked like we were back at Ride the Bull again, or some other tremendous event. It was the whole island was alive with pink, dressed in pink.
Very good.
That's it. We got some snapper fishing. We got some snapper news, and went out and made a snapper trip. Gary Krause, also went out and made a snapper trip. Everybody I talked to was catching snapper. Everybody was catching tuna, except for me. That second day, we caught a few blackfin tuna, but just couldn't get the yellowfins to stay up. And we first behind the shrimp boats, that's the thing right now, everywhere in the Block 72. We'll talk more about it in Fish Report, but that's the big thing right now.
All right, and we got two for the price of one bass fishing trips with Jeff Bruhl. I went with Jeff, and so did Gary Krause. We'll bring Gary in here, and we'll get some action from Jeff and I catching bass on the East Pearl River. It's on right now, so stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Girls rule.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Hey guys, John here. I want to tell you about two new exciting products on the market from Louisiana Fish Fry Products, #1 selling fry and batter in the country. First is a Cajun fry. It's spicy. It has a great blend of cornmeal and corn flour, the right texture, the right flavor, and good heat. The other is a beer batter. Wonderful on shrimp, onion rings, mushrooms, and any white fish. Two great products available today. Go out and get them from Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Enjoy them.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and fall is here, and along with it, good fall bass fishing. We got a little bit of help from Tropical Storm Karen. She actually, on the North Shore Lake Pontchartrain, condensed and consolidated all of those bass, moved them up, and then when the water started to fall out that was high, boy, it was on. Jeff Bruhl got to make 2 trips, one with me, one with Gary Krause. And Gary, your trip was first, so let's talk about yours. You guys absolutely picked the best day.
Well, we were trying to help you out, make sure we had
Well, thanks. I
plenty of
appreciate
fish for
the
your trip.
sacrifice you made.
Right, that's right. And I'll do that sacrifice anytime for you, Don. But we hit the end of the water coming back out of the woods in the marsh after Karen had pushed a little bit in there. Pearl River is just, it's so much tide, so much current that affects everything those fish are doing. 4 days before you, we hit it just right. The water was clean, but the water had come out of the woods, had brought the fish out. You know, they had been down deep in the channels all summer, but once that water came up, a lot of fish went into the woods to feed, and they were feeding on crawfish in the upper end in the woods, but they were feeding on shad down in the marsh part of the Pearl. Just like you, we started out with spinnerbait first thing in the morning in the marsh. But once the day progressed, the sun got up, we went further upriver into the woods, get out of the wind, and the fish were there, and they were definitely feeding on crawfish.
Now, Jeff talks about fishing drains, and we're going to hear from him in a little bit. When you fished, where were those fish located? Were they back up real tight to the wood in the woods? Were they on the outside where it finally pushes into the deeper channel by the drop-off? Where exactly were those fish?
They were relating to anything within the drain, and it could be 1.5 feet because the water was getting low. Some of the fish were right in the middle of the mouth of the drain. The other ones were right on the downstream current point from the drain.
We pretty much had the same pattern. We were using spinnerbaits, tube jig, also a crawl worm. All of that type of bait worked for us. The difference was we had to wait on the tide to start moving. And until it did, it was pretty dead. Fish were from small on up to keepers that would have been weighers in a tournament. Your fish, Gary, what size fish were you guys catching?
Down in the marsh, we caught more of the smaller marsh bass, but they were just everywhere. I mean, you couldn't hardly make a cast with a spinnerbait that you weren't catching a small marsh bass, which were a lot of fun.
Well,
but once we got upriver, we found a little bit better size.
Well, you told me also that, you know, everybody, even the spillway and everyone were catching them on the June bug color.
Right.
But you changed the little color and started catching bigger fish. You went to more of a bigger plastic bait and
That's right.
And then color. What you went
Jeff
to?
had been catching fish on pure June bug just like we've been doing in the spillway. But he wasn't getting that many bites when we moved north. So I started changing a little bit, still staying with the June bug, but I went with a June bug red with a little bit more red flake in it. I started getting twice the number of bites.
Crawfish are getting older too. They're still
That's right.
got a lot more
They're
red
dark,
on them.
but there's still plenty of crawfish until it gets just the middle of winter. You're going to catch bass that are eating crawfish.
All right, this is going to be on for a while, and if you're headed down there, the best launch to use, and there's several of them, East Pearl Launch. It's also known as the Ed Scoggin Memorial Launch, named after one of our legislators from the Slidell area. It's located right on the Mississippi-Louisiana line. There's been some improvements. It's got a nice parking lot. You can head either upriver or downriver. Great place to fish. We'll take you there now. Here's Jeff Bruhl with the latest on catching bass in the North Shore rivers like the Pearl. Oh, look at him come flying out the water. There we go, a little Pearl River bass.
You got two things. You got the fronts coming through now and the weather gets cooler, and then the winds from the front would be the other thing. You'll get south winds, east winds will blow the water up real high, and it'll get up in the woods and bayous, and then after that, when the front comes through, the wind blows out of the north and starts raining and everything. So you got to use that to approach your tactics when you come over here.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you come over here for. He was way out in the middle. It's real important on the Pearl because when you get that outgoing tide, it tells you get to go fish all the drains coming out of the woods. And normally you'll catch 1-2 fish per drain. And there's so many drains on the river, if you pop around hitting drains all day, you're going to end up with a nice little mess of fish. Water temperature is getting cooler. I like to use just a Stanley spinnerbait. Well, it allows me to cover a lot of water, find areas where the fish are holding. I can bump it over wood cover. That's the main thing. You want to, the fish here are real wood oriented towards the structure they're on, cover they're on. So just use this to kind of bump around the cover, throw it around the woods, lay down stumps, and just slow roll it. You don't want to work it very fast. Notice I'll put a little curl tail grub on it. That'll give it a little bit more action. And sometimes you can pick up a few of those goggle eyes with this. On the Pearl, you'll find these warmouth. We call them goggle eye. They're big mouth perch. This is kind of a medium-sized one, but you come up here with crickets and carks and catch them in the springtime. usually summertime, but they're real good to eat, fun fighting fish, and they just all over the Pearl River.
All right, this is the time of the year when you think of pearl, chifuncta, Bayou Liberty. That's when you're going to catch bass in the fall.
Next bait is just plastic Texas rig. Good power bait worm is great for just throwing just light sinkers on it, throw it around drains and covers also. Then if I'm find a lot of heavy vegetation or the water's real high and I need to get up into the bank, I'll throw something like this Texas craw by Bass Candy, and I'll put a little heavier weight on it where I can pinch down through the cover and get into the tighter spots and catch fish, and use heavier line and braid and go to something big heavy weights.
Yeah, now he's a little on the small side, but they're aggressive.
Pound to 2 pounds is about your average size. You're going to catch a lot of small half-pound to 1 pound fish. There's plenty of those here, but usually a 1 to 2 pound average, and then you're going to get that occasional 4 or 5 pound fish. Most of your tournaments over here, 11 pounds or so have been winning this summer. So you figure 5 2 pound fish is what an average is over here for a good stringer. That's the kind you want. That'll win you a few tournaments to get 5 like that. Well, you see the indication today, we caught what, maybe 12 to 15 fish. We caught some nice fish, you know, decent quality. That's about an average day. I came on Monday when the conditions were great, and we probably caught over 50 fish. So I'd say 25 would be a good average. You come over here and catch that many, and then if you had a great day, you'd probably catch about 40 or 50 this time of year.
All right, now that is your typical Pearl River largemouth bass. Plentiful right now, active, and some great weather to enjoy it. There it is, Pearl River Bass Fishing 101. When we come back, we'll take you down to Grand Isle for the Ladies Fishing Rodeo.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Introducing Powerade Ion 4, complete with 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Powerade Ion 4, the complete sports drink.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50-style diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
Welcome to the 2013 Grand Isle Ladies Fishing Rodeo.
Uncle, and I'm fishing with Paradise Charters, and I am from Farmville, Louisiana, and I'm fishing with Captain Hurt.
I'm Roxy Richey. I'm from Evergreen, Louisiana.
I'm Tana Wilson from Alexandria, Louisiana.
Diana Cicero, Monroe, Louisiana.
Cynthia Samini, Alexandria, Louisiana.
Mindy Myers, Monroe, Louisiana.
Polly Ray, Holden, Louisiana.
Donna DeSoto, Marksville, Louisiana.
Becky Scott, Cottonport, Louisiana.
Colleen Orman, Cottonport, Louisiana.
Sammy Lemoyne, Brudeau, Louisiana.
Janet Lemoyne, Marksville, Louisiana.
Renee Roy of Oils Parish, Mansur, Louisiana.
Amy Machota from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
I'm Dodie Bergeron. I'm from Fairhope, Alabama, and I'm fishing with Hurt with Paradise Charters.
I'm Romy Matrana from Gretna, Louisiana.
Mary Faye Legman, Gretna, Louisiana.
Shannon Price, Walker, Louisiana.
Laura Ardoin, Walker, Louisiana.
Robin Belquist with Hot Rods Guide Service, and you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Hi, my name is Tracy Talbot. I'm from New Orleans.
Hey, Emily Robichaud, Galliana, Louisiana.
Lucy Talbot, Cajun, Lavadaville, Louisiana.
Angela Bird, Napoleonville, Louisiana.
City folks. Trophy winners.
Josephine Burton from Freeport, Texas.
Ella Scranton from Houston, Texas.
Mona Lisa from Freeport, Texas.
Deshaun Placements from Galliana, Louisiana.
Sandra King from Galliano, Louisiana.
Patty Risponi, Central Louisiana.
Stephanie Risponi, Central Louisiana.
I'm Lynn Swallow from Ville Platte, Louisiana.
Lisa McKee from Zachary, Louisiana, and Grand Isle. I live both places.
First Redfish Rodeo.
Hey, yeah.
I got one this big.
Amy Webb.
Where you from, man?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Big Red,
Yeah. Right there in the channel.
10 minutes.
How much was it?
25 and a half.
I don't know if that's going to be a rat red right there.
That's what we have a ruler for.
No, Shelly was 25.
Why don't y'all catch some fish y'all can eat?
You can't eat that?
Huh?
Oh, we can eat that.
What did she say, 43 and 40?
Yeah, I was off.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
53. That's what I meant. Yes, single fit. 53.46. Founder?
Yep.
Ticket? 49.14.
Penny Crosby, Grand Isle, Louisiana. Yeah, it's still Penny.
Hey, some of us had to work today.
They in the whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
If it was 1 inch smaller, it would be a trophy. Because it's 28 inches, it's a loser.
Oh, yeah. Trying to.
That's starting to break. But that one was big. They just finger food.
It's got to be good with the cook.
Now you got rice, sausage, and a piece of temple meat.
Hey, look. Grab me a piece of that. Welcome to Grand Isle Ladies Rodeo 2013, and here's the lady, the tournament director, Miss Sue Galliana. Sue, this is number 6.
Number 7.
Well, I said 7. Somebody told me today, and they wrote down because we missed one because of the oil spill. Now, somebody tried to tell me that. Ain't that. You forgot about it, but that made no difference.
No.
For 7 years, we've been doing this.
Oh, yeah, we've been doing this a long time. Long time.
So your crowds keep getting bigger and bigger now. How y'all put it together?
Well, this is it's a big secret. It's a big secret. There's about 12, 14 women. We get together about 3 times a year, and we figure out what we got to do, how many T-shirts, and all that kind of good stuff. And surprisingly enough, it happens every year.
You know, there's so many women that are doing. You say 12, but I know Kristen Ray. She's a big part of this, and she told me, she said, you know, you interview me all the time for Ride the Bulls. Go talk to Sue. Sue, I'm just amazed at it. And I don't want to miss one. I missed one.
That's right.
And I don't never want to miss another one.
Never
keep
again.
me posted. So we're getting ready to go see the prize. There was a lot of fish caught.
Oh, the fishing was wonderful, and we have category. Every category's got a first, second, and third. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, but you know, because you didn't know what a red snapper. I didn't see a red snapper program with a lot of red snapper.
You know, for 5 years we had to mark red snapper off the tickets at the last minute, so we just didn't print red snapper this year. And of course, they're catching red snapper like crazy. So one of those, you never know.
This is the last weekend. Thank you for what you do. Y'all keep inviting me, and this is Miss Sue Galliana and these ladies work, but they have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to see the biggest party. Gonna start here in about, what, 5:30, 6 o'clock?
Yep.
And this is the last. The weigh-in's over. So we're getting ready to party. You remember one year I used to have them lined up want to dance with me. I don't know what it is.
People come just to dance with him.
I'm telling you, it's amazing.
It's amazing. He's good at it. He's good. He's good.
I wish they would come to me and bring me presents or something too. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana, and stay tuned. We got a little bit more to come right now. We're gonna go out on all this party.
Fish Grand Isle. Be sure and fish Grand Isle.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
I can't believe y'all brought me out in this blind and we ain't got no food. Man, I'm hungry.
Don't worry, Gary. This will be over quick.
Thanks to our sponsor, Raising Cane's and Todd Grays, a real Louisiana sportsman and conservationist, with true aim and sure shot, giving back to Louisiana.
Good job, girl. That's a better retrieve than any duck. Cane's, the official chicken of Louisiana outdoors.
These engines run for thousands of hours to prove.
We did. With 20% more cleaning agents than before, Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline.
The gasoline protects your engine better!
Awkward. Try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
No other gasoline protects your engine better.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
Of all the tools in your house, this could easily be the most dangerous, but it doesn't have to be. At Dimco, we can't stress this enough. Just keep it and you far away from power lines.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Let's close out this Grand Isle Ladies Rodeo with a
bringing home the goods to the family. This is Stephanie Risponi, Patty Risponi, two of my nieces. I am so proud of y'all. You've been out here for 3 days. You was out here Thursday with the secretaries.
Of the Chiefs of Police Association, yes.
All right, and then y'all husbands took you out on a big boat.
Yep.
Y'all been on lemon fish from as soon as you stopped. You've been catching big lemon fish. The only trouble y'all had, y'all couldn't catch no big mangrove.
No, we couldn't find the mangroves, but we found the lemons.
You still got the overall.
Yes.
Tell me, how much fun has this been?
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. A lot of pain too, though. I'm hurting. I'm hurting.
You're hurting. Is this the first one?
My first one, yes.
Will it be the last?
Oh no, it wasn't my first and it won't be my last.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, since y'all can, I get a hug. I get a hug and a kiss. I am so proud to hear that last name, Risponi. You watching Paradise, Louisiana. This is 2013. Grand Isle Ladies Rodeo. Come to Grand Isle. I'm telling you, this is where it's happening. Everybody around here looking. Thank you. Look, that's good. The grand champion, Louisiana. Gift basket. You the champ. You the champ. Don't forget, come back next year.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
When you shop for health insurance, you'll find Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana everywhere. No matter where you are, you're covered through and through. We got a blue for Louisiana, we got you covered. Lake Charles, North Brown, Changaloo, from Venice to Vidalia, Bio Grove too. No matter where you are, you're covered through and through. Every parish, every zip code. We got a blue for you.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
And welcome back. We showed you earlier a little bit of bass fishing on the North Shore. Now we're going to travel a little bit west, and Gary, you made a trip down to Henderson.
Right, Henderson right there, everybody, if you pass and you see all that water, how beautiful it is when you're heading toward Lafayette. Going to his hometown there, when you see it, Gary knows a lot about Henderson, the places you hear about like Bijou and Photos is up north, but that's where we went. My friend, the boy I graduated high school with, Don Hutchinson, fishes in a lot of these tournaments, wins a lot of tournaments. He is just die-hard fisherman, almost like Krause said. They're going to fish every tournament he can, and he just was catching a lot of fish. When I say a lot of fish, they were catching 20, 30 bass every time they go to Henderson, catching some good chunk footballs. So, I talked to him, he kept saying, when you going to go with me? When you going to go with me? I said, well, you don't have to bring the camera. Well, I don't go nowhere without a camera. So I said, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to film you catching fish. If you catch another, I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to catch some fish. Well, I thought I had black cloud in him for a while. Same thing with Gary says, there is a tide over there, and it's a different water movement, and for some reason it has stopped. For a while there, we started out, we didn't have but 3 fish, all 3 good fish. His pattern was, again, like spinner baits, lunkalure type baits. I talked to people at Cass's Casino before we left, and he said, let me tell you what, Mr. Gary said, you need to throw that frog in that grass. They were catching fish on a frog. Everything changed. We wound up catching most of the fish on a June bug and a spinnerbait. June bug, salted crawl, June bug, havoc, just everything in a June bug color, big and small. So this is Don Hutchinson, and this is his realm, and I'm going to talk more about Don Hutchinson in the fishing report. Don Hutchinson in Henderson.
Welcome to Lake Henderson. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Let's go fishing. Go fishing.
Yeah. Too big. Good. Get him on.
That thing caught about 125 bass before it broke. Oh well. Let's start all over here. Let me show you the spinnerbait.
Spinnerbait you've been catching all them fish.
Let me show you the spinnerbait. See them eyes and see the way the spinnerbait's made. It's got that titanium arm on it. And what I do is, this spinnerbait is made by Joel Moore, a friend of mine. A friend of mine makes this spinnerbait. And what he does is, I modify it though. I modify it my own self and put it together like I want to. But that's a quality hook on there. That hook is very quality. The titanium wire is quality and the Sampo swivel. And I modify it to what I want it to do and how I want it to run. And it's just a very quality spinnerbait that's made by Joel Moore.
Tell me why you modify it. You want the thin wire? You want the thin wire?
It's a fairly thin wire. It catches a lot of fish before it tears up.
It's got a lot of action. A lot of vibration.
A lot of vibration with that number 4 Hildebrand. And when you're in stained water, you want that vibration, so it attracts the fish more. And if I was in clear water, I would use a willow leaf. But I tell you what, you see the eyes on it, and he makes that spinnerbait. He doesn't sell it. He just makes it for a few of his friends, and I steal one from him every now and then. So.
You jump now. Tell them about the color of that fish is all colored water.
Yeah. That's a beautiful fish, ain't it? He ain't very big. Pretty fish right there.
That's what they tell me.
All right.
They've been catching on June bug, bush hog, baby bush hog, and they say if you want to catch bigger fish, go to a bigger bait. Bush hog, off the trees, catch them on spinnerbait. There we go. See, got a little.
Pretty fish
see
there.
that? There, yeah.
Let him go.
I know. That's the deal. There you go.
A little fillet right there.
That's what we want.
Well, if I caught fish on that side, and on this side, they got the wind blowing on this side, that tells me that the bait fish and most of the fish could be on this side. If I came through here and I caught fish on that side yesterday, but I came through here today and the wind is blowing on this side, I'm going to the windy side every time. I'm not going to fish a still side where the wind's not blowing very much. I think the percentages jump up. All your percentages jump up when the water is rippling on one side rather than the other side.
And it's moving, especially fish is a spinnerbait.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Movement helps better than anything, but movement out is better than moving in. And I noticed today the water is moving in a little bit. You can look at the water right there and tell it's slightly moving in. I don't know why, other than maybe the wind, I guess, is a little bit of it. But usually the water moves out.
Think now, let it dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, go on. You shocked me that. There you go, perfect eating size. That's a swim jig, huh?
That's a regular jig.
It's a regular jig?
That's an Odom jig.
Odom.
Odom jig. That's the only jig I fish. Okay. Regular jig.
Hold it up. And you're fishing. You know you're fishing a brush hog, right? When you can catch catfish. I had another one on. Look what this kind this is. This is a polywire though. This ain't what you want, a good eating one. But I got him hooked right through the bottom of the mouth.
I love fishing the tournaments. I love the guys. I love the camaraderie. It's just I compete at a very high level all the time. I want to win. It's not necessarily the money. It's just I want to win. I want to win every time I go out. I want to win. Basketball, tiddlywinks, or fishing, no matter what it is. But fishing, that's the most important thing. And when you're fishing, and you're fishing against all these great guys here in the South Louisiana, these guys are very good. So when you're fishing against them, and you beat them, then you've done something. It's extremely competitive. I think the number one tip would be to put that bait, whatever you're fishing with, spinner bait, plastics, lunker lure, whatever kind of bait you're fishing with, put it as close to that structure as you can get it. That's the most important thing that you can do. Any piece of structure, come by that structure and drop that bait or put it on that structure. It's the most important thing you can do to catch fish.
Right. Oh, sick. That's pretty good. He's going in the box. Come on. There we go. He's going in the box. We need some fish.
That's right. He but 2 pounds. Pretty good fish.
I'm going to take the still. See, you've been catching fish out there. He's got the camera. Got Don Hutchinson on camera. Me on a brush hog. I caught one about that big. He didn't want me to do it. He didn't want me to keep it, but he's going home. I'm eating it. That's a filet. He went in the box. He didn't want to do it on camera. He wouldn't show it. But I'm telling you, he's in the box. Show you later. Now he's gonna shoot camera. We're gonna get me one stump. I'm gonna get camera. He's gonna get the next stump. Let's go. Good job. That's good. Set the hook. I did. I think I did. Oh, we got another one. There we go. Starting to get a mess now.
There you go.
Cypress trout. Green trout. I just lost a 2-pound fish. And now he done took my brush off. How am I getting it out of him?
All right, you want to cut it off? Leave it on?
No, keep it on loose.
You want the pliers?
Look at that hook. Look where that hook is. To the bottom of his mouth. Look at that hook. To the bottom of his mouth. That's where I don't want to fish, but you run over.
He's all primed up and ready to go. Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. I just missed 2.5, 3-pound fish, 2 of them. And look what he gets me catching.
Yeah, and he catches a little.
You know what it is, because you told me I couldn't keep nothing over 2 pounds.
That's right.
You told me I couldn't keep nothing over 2
All
pounds.
you do is keep the small.
This is almost too small to keep, but it's going to finish off. Look, that's 2 fillets. Yeah.
Only the small one.
I know y'all going to bash me, all y'all pro fishermen. I hate to show y'all this. Y'all saw me throw fish back today. See that one right there?
Just a couple of little fillets, that's all.
Couple fillets. Don?
You gonna let him go, or what you gonna do? Is he too small?
Last fish of the day.
Well, there's a too big to keep, and that one's too small to keep. Ladies and gentlemen, he just threw the fish back. That's the luckiest fish in the whole world.
Like my uncle used to say, Mr. Junior Lambert, finish, I'm ready, go home, finish.
Adios, amigos.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50-style diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
Fishing. It's where good stories come from. It's about good times and family and friends. It's about taking a couple home for dinner tonight and saving a few for tomorrow. It's all about that and so much more. To CCA, fishing is about enjoying today and making sure tomorrow is even better. To us, fishing comes with a responsibility for the resources we enjoy so much. If fishing means all that to you, then you belong with CCA.
Introducing Powerade Ion 4, complete with 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Powerade Ion 4, the complete sports drink.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And still in the news, if you are a user of our National Wildlife Refuge System, stay out. That's right. Those along southeast Louisiana and others in other places in the country due to the government shutdown. Now, maybe that has changed by the time you're watching this, but as of right now, you are not allowed to hunt, fish, canoe, hike, photograph, anything on those areas. They have yet to been able to justify the reason for that, since in most cases they don't provide any supervision or any services anyway. Remember places like Mandalay, Bayou Sauvage, Big Branch, Delta, Breton, all of those places are off limits, but also remember Kisatchie National Forest does remain open, not to the camping areas where there's normally admission and you have to get checked in where there's supervisory people there, but all the other areas and activities there like fishing and hunting are open in the Kisatchie National Forest. Gary, red snapper season wrapping up this weekend.
Well, you got the man that's right there fished the last few days. It ended Tuesday evening, but Gary was there Saturday and Sunday and Monday. And I mean, it was Friday. Everybody I know been catching snapper. I fished with my brother. We were looking for the tuna, but they go to those wrecks and they catching snapper. Everybody I saw came in was just proud of that snapper. They wasn't I didn't see no monsters. You see it, Gary? And,
15, 18 pounds.
Oh, yeah, but that's the big one.
That's good.
We don't know we had some, but we had a bunch of 20, 22 inch, 24 inch. It was just beautiful coming up, all that red. Yeah. We was catching 2 at a time on some of it.
Some of the guides had some of the bigger, but the trick was you're at the end of the year. If you're fishing rigs along with all the other boats, those fish have been hit hard. But the guides, that's why you want to charter a boat. They'll go out to the wrecks that they know of. They don't fish them very often, and they'll have the bigger snapper. Plus, you got to get out to deeper water. The bigger snapper at the end of the summer, they're wanting 200 to 300 foot of water. Mm-hmm. You can start catching snapper.
I know people were catching speckled trout in the morning, early getting the morning bite, and running out to close creek, running 12 miles out. You know, like Tommy Vidrine and them, they were catching that snapper and then coming back in. Boy, them fillets were beautiful. Oh.
He's right under the us, he is.
Uh-oh. I ain't got one snapper, Gary. And it's a man, though, baby. She's an all, baby. All right, Tommy, you on. Look at that, Gary. All right.
You know, you wait all year and great snapper season, and all of a sudden, the last weekend is here. Karen killed us. No, kept me in. That's a great looking fish to us, perfect size. There ain't no trophy, but it's sure gonna be good eating. Just think about it, we gotta wait till next year.
Get your ride out of your face.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah. It's a big girl here. She's taking drag.
It's like Donnie Buke says, Plan B.
Plan B?
Yeah, if tuna with all them boats out there, I guess wouldn't cooperate, but These snappers, as soon as we got here, they did.
I got doubles, boys. My
Doubles?
trip's done.
No, that's just a big one. No, oh, two big ones. No wonder they were hard.
See, you gotta be efficient, folks.
Yeah.
Look at that. Is that beautiful?
It was nice to get a little fall snapper action in, but sadly it's over. The good news is we won't have to start debating the red snapper again until next year when they get ready to assign us a new quota for next summer. Outside of that, we got other activities to take place that are happening. We got bow hunting is in. The dove season's getting ready to reopen in the south zone. It's open in the north zone, and a lot of small game hunters out there, and you've been getting the pictures in to prove it.
Pictures, yeah. David Rapola sent me some pictures. They were out around Locto in the central part of the state. Salto Saline, and that's a good time to do a blast and cast. You go kill your squirrels early in the morning, and you can stop there and catch them big crappie, which is starting to turn on. And in the central part of the state, you can also, if you see these pictures, some of them are a little dark, but those are fox squirrels. Those are big old fox squirrels. Every now and then a big black squirrel. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of leaves still in the trees. You're gonna have to be real good to still hunt, but you bring your dog, you don't have to worry about all that. Don, you talking about bow hunting, you know, when now people got these, what you call them, crossbows and things that make it easy for these, but you ought to see the deer coming in out of St. Francisville in that area. And by the way, my brother just bought about 1,000 acres just about enough for Woodville. He's building a camp for his family. He never was a big deer hunter, but he loves to entertain. He does his camp in Grand Isle. But it is. But the boys that I coach, his name Wade Stiles. I can remember when he was 12 years old, he killed 8 and 9 point, 2 deer with the first time he ever went with his daddy. But this is a bow hunt. He hunted at Riverbend, and Riverbend, by the way, is for the guys that work around Riverbend, it's a bow hunting only club. In 3 days, they killed 4 monster bucks, and you see them in these pictures. So congratulations, guys, and we'll give you more. He was talking about they're still in a summertime bachelor stage now. You know, deer hunters, y'all might know what that is. I'll bring you more later. Can I say one more thing, though? This is about a big green wing event coming up, and I'm sorry I stepped it. Coming out in the Homer area that Saturday, green wing, anything got to do with kids, it's going to be the things that we talk about. So, in the Saltwater Series, the championship is this weekend in Venice. Good Lord's willing, I'll be there.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk about the fishing, salt, fresh, and offshore right here on Paradise, Louisiana.
Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood. Because we're based in Louisiana, with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
These engines run for thousands of hours to prove.
We did. With 20% more cleaning agents than before, Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline.
No, the gasoline protects your engine better!
Awkward.
Try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
No other gasoline protects your engine better.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
Hey guys, John here. I want to tell you about 2 new exciting products on the market from Louisiana Fish Fry Products, #1 selling fry and batter in the country. First is a Cajun fry. It's spicy. It has a great blend of cornmeal and corn flour, the right texture, the right flavor, and good heat. The other is a beer batter. Wonderful on shrimp, onion rings, mushrooms, and any white fish. 2 great products available today. Go out and get them from Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Enjoy them.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
Welcome to the Abu Garcia Berkeley Fishing Report. We'll start off with freshwater. You saw some of that good bass action that Gary Krause, Jeff Bruhl, and I did. I would suggest to you, if you're going to be fishing in that Pearl River, remember that's a WMA that is open. You can do a cast and blast with the bass and with the squirrels. Henderson, we saw some good fishing going on there. Gary, any reports on the basin?
Yes, everywhere.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that's not catching fish?
I'll tell you what, but I'm not catching bass because every time I go, you know, one of y'all guys maybe get on camera, or you go with the good people and you and Don get all the good trips. But I'm gonna tell you what, my buddy Don Hutchinson just called me the other day. He was fishing the spillway scouting for the Jacob Dugas tournament, which is coming up, and he didn't tell me exact locations, but the same way Jody was catching a few weeks ago, and a lot of other guys I was talking about, the boys at Cajun Outboards have been going that same area way. They fishing the Flat Lake area, the Duck Lake area. They're fishing fish. They're catching them on plastics. They catch them on spinnerbait, lunkalure early in the morning, a couple of things. Few of them on spinnerbait, but they're staying with jigs. You want to catch them tournament fish, they fishing jigs, and they fishing big plastics, so salty crawls and stuff. Flat Lake, Little Saw, Grobeck, you remember some of them places?
I was just down there.
Just down there, that's right. Catching those fish. Jody also keeps going up there, and they're catching a few more sac-a-lait in the catfish area. And I hear they're catching catfish, but I haven't, hearing they're catching sac-a-lait in the catfish area, but I haven't heard enough about some of the other areas of sac-a-lait fishermen. I know they are. I saw Joe had them in his article, but Jody's fishing the catfish area, fishing a June bug, baby
brush hog.
Brush hog, and that's where he's catching 2 limits, keeping his 7 fish, and then he's got trying to find goggle eye and brim, and they're just hard to find a goggle eye. Now, where are the goggle eye this year?
They're still out deeper.
It must be.
Well, we've given you some tips and some locations for down south. How about up north? I know you got some good reports up there.
Well, I finally got to talk to Homer Humphreys. He's scouting for the Central Open, which is going to be this weekend at Ross Barnett. He says, some people asked me, really wanted to know where they could catch some brim. Well, Cane River, Caney Lake, they're catching chinkapin. Bistano is real low, and it's draw down right now to fight the grass. But you can locate. They ain't catching any numbers, but they're catching some big shell crackers. In Red Ear, they call them up there. They're catching them, the brim. Sac-a-lait, Red River, and he told me the Red River up in North Louisiana around Shreveport and in that area right now, the sac-a-lait in transition and moving on the rocks. Now, I have never heard that. They're catching sac-a-lait around the rock jetties and different areas like that in 10, 14 foot of water. As far as bass, you can stay in that Red River right now. They're catching bass up and down that Red River. They're using crankbaits, and they're also using, they're having a little problem with that Salvania, which is getting giant Salvania, but to get better, they still fishing drains up and down the river.
And they'll also be aware of that government shutdown. If it's still going on by the time you see this, there are some impoundments, some lakes in central and north Louisiana that are closed due to that, so check that out before you make your plans. We talked about what Tropical Storm Karen did to help the bass fishing in the North Shore area. If you think it helped the bass fishing, it really helped the saltwater fishing. Saltwater fishing last week turned on all across the coast. Hopedale, Shell Beach, Delacroix in particular was on fire. All the way around towards Grand Isle. I even had some good reports as far away as Vermilion Bay that there's some speckled trout being caught. And of course the redfish, that's a no-brainer. They're all over the marsh.
Captain Nelson Rodriguez finally had to go back to his job for 28 days in Africa, but he's sending me still written reports from the A-team and Delorge, all the lakes around there. I hear Decade also is turned on real good. They're catching speckled trout everywhere. They still school trout. There ain't no real big ones. You want to catch big ones, move in the marsh. And also, you can, whenever you get tired of catching speckled and you got enough, you want to go catch some reds, some sight and redfish and fishing in the marsh all the way north of Michon. All in those areas right now, they're catching redfish. And don't forget, like I like, they're catching bass on Gary.
That's right.
Now, transition-wise, the speckled trout are starting to move in. You can catch a lot of small ones in Lafitte. Look for the birds, the diving seagulls. Gary, you got a report as far up in towards Galliano over by Catfish Lake that there's some trout on there.
I heard that the trout are really biting further up in the marsh, Catfish Lake.
Before I forget, like I said, I thought we was going to move west. In the Big Lake area, they're still catching fish. Also, they're turning on, catching flounder. I talked to Bootsy Toops. He's fishing right there north of the bridge in all those little areas. He's catching flounder on a gup. I talked to Captain Steve Smith. I told y'all last week, Vermilion Bay. Again, every trip they went out of Vermilion Bay, him and his captain or his crew, they were limiting out by 9:30. So that is real good. Offshore, there are people sitting there waiting on them tuna. You know, that's a good, best wintertime fishing, all the best fishing. I talked to the captain right there.
I heard there was a late run on cobia. Did y'all see any lemon fish way over there?
Yes. Well, you just saw the ladies division. My niece and my nephews and them took first place, took Queen Fisherette, Stephanie and them, they were catching cobia. At one time they had 11 big cobia circling them. And when we were fishing with my brother Eddie, when there was coming behind those front boats, had a bunch of small cobia. You know, and I said, well, those are sharks. No, these were cobia. They were small. In fact, we caught one or two, and they were just 2 or 3 inches short. I think about 33 inches fork length. They didn't make the limit, the small ones, but there were big ones all around there. A great run on cobia.
All right, we hope we've given you a lot of options to choose from. Hunting, fishing of all types, it's all right there. Fall is a great time in Louisiana. Might need to extend this show another hour, Gary. Think you can swing that?
Oh, maybe, I don't know, but
if you want to see all the snapper footage we got.
All these producers here, Marty and Chris and them are telling me, hurry up, get off the air.
All right, we'll do that. But you come back and see us again next week right here for another edition of Paradise, Louisiana.
Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors.
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Aerial Access, the leader in aerial work process. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores, we have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Product, Demco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, with tire programs for tire dealers.